Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, and today we are going to share with you this Buddhist story that will stay with you forever, so make sure to watch it till the end. There was a young Buddhist monk who always complained about everything. One day his teacher said, "You complain too much. Go to the old monk and ask him if he complains." So the young monk went to the old monk and asked, "Do you ever complain?" The old monk replied, "Why should I complain? I am happy." The young monk said, "But you don't have a TV, you don't have a phone, and you live in an old and poor monastery. Why are you happy?" The old monk said, "Because I don't have expectations. Expectations lead to disappointment, and when there is disappointment, there is suffering. I have no expectations from anyone or anything, so I am free from suffering." The young monk still didn't understand, so the old monk took him to a field and asked him to sit down. Then the old monk picked up a small blade of grass and asked the young monk to examine it closely. The young monk asked, "What does this grass want from me?" The old monk replied, "It doesn't want anything from you. It just grows naturally." The young monk asked again, "So what does this blade of grass have to be happy?" The old monk said, "It doesn't need anything to be happy, it just is." Then the old monk pointed towards the setting sun and said, "The sun doesn't complain that it has to rise every day, and the moon doesn't complain that it has to shine every night. Similarly, we don't have to complain about our lives, we just have to accept and embrace them as they are." The young monk finally understood that happiness comes from within, and it is not dependent on external circumstances. The old monk shared with him a story that can help us all to deal with the ups and downs of life. He said, "When I was a young monk like you, I used to get very upset when people complained. I thought they were just being negative. But one day I met a wise old monk who explained something to me. He said, when someone complains, it means their mind is disturbed. And when our mind is disturbed, we cannot find peace. So the best thing we can do is to help them calm down and find inner peace. So whenever you hear someone complaining, try to understand their pain and help them find happiness within themselves." The young monk asked, "But how can I help them?" The old monk replied, "Just be kind and compassionate towards them. Don't judge or criticize them, and always remember that true happiness comes from within, not from external things." The young monk went back to his teacher and told him everything the old monk had shared with him. The teacher smiled and said, "You have learned a valuable lesson. Now go out into the world and apply what you have learned. Always remember that we don't have to complain about our lives. We just have to accept and embrace them as they are. True happiness comes from within, not from external things." So my friends, whenever you feel unhappy or start complaining about your life, remember this story and the words of the wise old monks. Find happiness within yourself and be kind and compassionate towards others. This Buddhist story teaches us the importance of being grateful for what we have and helping others find happiness. It reminds us that true happiness comes from within, and that we should not complain about our lives. Instead, we should accept and embrace them as they are. We hope you enjoyed this Buddhist story. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any of our videos. Thank you for watching, and may you find happiness in every moment of your life.